Hello everyone, and a special thank you to a very great person in my hometown who's very humble. Normally I would mention their name, but he says it's not about him, it's about the country that he loves, the community that he is from and wants to represent. But this is, before I begin, this is Mexico Eyewear for people who love Mexico, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. My name is Seymour Better. I am the hardest working optician in the industry, but call me Mo Better, because I'm have you seen Mo Better looking Mo Better, and show everyone else how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses when I show you his Mexico Eyewear. This is model number Viva Mexico, and I'll show you all the colors and sizes later, but this is color green, even though it's on the Rojo there, the 58 eye size, and I'll cover all the sizes and colors later. But I want to go ahead and begin and show you how I'm going to follow me on this 20 to 25 minute journey, and I'll show you how I as a licensed optician cut prescription lenses for people in this community. So let me begin by putting this frame into the tracing element of my blocker. Everybody wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why I'm going to trace this shape, but first I've got to assign a number for it. He is going to be Secret Agent 4908, so that years from now, no matter where he's living, he can email me his prescription and I can cut the lenses and ship right to him, and he's going to see how to install the lenses after I cut them. I'm going to hit the start button, and a little stylus is going to pop up, go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at Mexico Eyewear, again, for people who love Mexico. It's just traced it. It's going to go over and do the left side now. You buy any frame that I offer and you will receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will be reimbursed for this purchase. So that is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. I'm going to move to the next screen. I have to enter his pupillary distance. That's the starting at the center of the nose and going outward in each direction. I have to put the measurement from the center of each eye. I measure both horizontally and vertically, just like the crosshairs of a scope. I measure both vertically and horizontally, so the prescription is dead center in front of his eyes. So his pupillary distance is 31.5. The computer starts at 32.5. So I'm going to tap the minus button at the bottom of the screen twice. It goes down in 0.5 millimeter increments. I want to raise the optical center height up to 23, and I'm going to mark that. I'm going to go 2.5 millimeters above the center, cut it at 23. I'm going to go ahead and take the left lens out of the packet. As prescription reads, the right eye is on top, minus 50, minus 275 at 14. So I have the right lens, which is minus 250. Oh, let's try this again. Sorry, take dose, minus 50, minus 275. I laugh. I take my work very seriously. I kid myself, but I take my work very seriously. So the 14 is referring to the axis of his astigmatism. So we're going to turn the axis wheel first to 14. Put the power drum on 0. Turn everything on first. Put the power drum on minus 50, which corresponds to the spherical component. And again, I'll explain that in just a moment. I'm going to take the lens out of the packet, place it into the lensometer, rotate it. This machine is called a lensometer. It is the Marco 101. Rotate the lens until the spherical component comes into view first. Check the astigmatism correction. Make sure all that's lined up, and don't worry, I'm going to explain all those terms a little bit later. I'm going to put 3 dots on his lenses. Let me go ahead and darken these so you can see them at home. Uno, dos, ocho. Oh, I think I mathed wrong. And I'm going to put an R on here for right. And the reason why I put those dots on there, the lens has to be oriented in there just perfectly for him to see his best. We're going to do that now with the left lens, which reads minus 250, minus 1 1/4 at 172. Let's turn the axis wheel to 172. Take the lens out of the packet, minus 250, minus 1 1/4. Put the power drum on minus 250. Put the lens in, rotate it, until the spherical component, the minus 250, I think it's 250, yes, 250 comes into focus. Check the astigmatism correction. And you'll hear me joke a lot during this thing because I love what I do. And I tell everyone, when you're professional and you know what you're doing, you can joke around and have fun. If you don't know what you're doing and you want people to think you're professional, you have to be as serious as possible. Serious I will never be. Okay, let me darken those. And this is the left lens, so I'm going to put an L on there, which is Latin for not right. And if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, it's a bad joke, but I know you'll be telling it tomorrow. Okay, so I need a block. This is what's called a block. I like to call it Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting, so I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, which is almost the color of the inside of this frame. But let me pull these away. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to attach the first one onto the block and do the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is this little silver button. That's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet here in the arm. And again, the reason why I put those dots on there, it has to be oriented in there just perfectly. And I'm going to do that. Make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. I'm going to hit this button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which I can identify with. I ain't right either. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet. Pupillary distance for the left eye is 31. So it has mirrored what I did on the right side. So we're going to bring that down to 31. Same optical center height. Same layout. Same way I want to check to make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Hit the button, the arm comes down, places the block on the left lens. Now this is the tracer, this is the blocker, this is what's known as the edger. It weighs 200 pounds, it costs $40,000. I tell everyone, go out, buy your own, put it on your kitchen counter, then you can cut lenses at home, and you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you. But the actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel that's going to grind away the lens material till it's the final size. This wheel in the center that has that little channel, that the valley, it's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now I'm going to transfer all the data from this side to here by hitting this button. And it tells me this is job ID number 4908. 4908, or as I like to say, installment 4908 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. So, spoiler alert, stay tuned to episode number 350 million, because something crazy is going to happen. Actually, I'm probably just going to need to sit down, have a snack, and then take a nap. That's what I'm going to do after cutting 350 million pairs of glasses. So, these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high-index plastic, or Trivex, I would select those materials, or my favorite, to be determined, some space-age resin coming from the future or from aliens in Roswell, but we'll stick with polycarbonate for now. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen in this frame. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, but I am going to place one on the rear concave surface, and I'll explain why in just a little bit later. I'm going to go ahead, now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Did I mention free bad jokes with the purchase of every pair of glasses? So I'm going to hit the start button. The door is going to close, the clamp's going to shut. The lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame on the first go round. And you can see as it's tracing the shape of the lens. And on the second time, it's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which you won't have any because of your prescription in this frame. But I do cut some very strong prescriptions all day, and that does become critical with the stronger powers. Now the light you see flickering in the background is water. That's there to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, meaning that no water sprays onto them while they are cutting. Unlike plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex, which are different lens materials that do have water spraying on them. Now water will spray onto this lens, but only for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris that you see beginning to form. As I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. This material is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics-grade lens material, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel, from flying debris. It also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. The other nice thing about these lenses, apart from having the anti-glare coating, is they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is completely round in every direction, gives you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. This has a flatter front curvature, so they're thinner and lighter, but the front surface is also flatter to fit in today's flatter curvature lenses. When you buy lenses from someone else, they're going to charge you for the lens. That's no bueno. When you want to upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable polycarbonate, they charge you a second time. That's double no bueno. And then if you want the aspheric flatter surface lens, they charge you triple no bueno. And I think we all know that's too many no buenos. You get that for free automatically every time you purchase any frame from me. Now the lens has dropped down to the bevel wheel, so it's getting the V-shaped bevel. The water has begun spraying, which tells me it's in the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. And if the door were cleaner, I should have cleaned it knowing I was going to have company come over. You see a little wheel is going to come out from the foreground. At the end of that wheel is a spinning disc that is like a very fine grit sandpaper that's going to go around and put a safety bevel on the back surface of the lens. Now this isn't sharp, but I want to smooth this out as fine as possible because there is a chance the lens won't fit into the frame first time around. And when I push on the frame, I don't want any sharp edges to possibly mar or scratch the surface of the frame. So let me go ahead. I'm going to open this door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just have to stare at it for a couple hours, then I can get it to melt. Scientists have studied that phenomenon that I can do. They've been studying me for years, and nobody can figure out why I can melt ice in the summertime faster than I can in the winter. So, but I'll get back to that in a moment. The reason why I put the safety bevel is I'm going to see if it fits first time around. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner. Use my thumbs to press down. Oh, it did not want to go in, and the block came off, so I'm going to have to go old school. So let me go ahead and start cutting the left lens. I'm going to go ahead and take it down a little bit more. But I was just about to say, if you know why I can melt ice with my mind faster in the summertime than I can the winter, write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me. I'll read the answer on the air and give you credit. Now, you don't even have to include your name. I'll recognize your handwriting. Give you credit. So I'm going to flip this over to L, hit the start button. Again, the door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced again by the 2 white styluses, making sure it's large enough to go into the frame on the first go round. And you can see it's just tracing the shape of the left lens. And now seeing where to place the bevel. And once it starts cutting, I'm going to go old school and essentially do the same thing. This is like a miniature cutting wheel. But I'm going to go around and take a little bit off your lens. Until it fits in the frame perfectly. Let me get all that optical sawdust off. Clean that off my hands. Let's see if it fits. Oh, a little bit more optical sawdust. I'm going to tuck the lens in the outside corner, push down. Now it snaps in perfectly. Let me get the rest of that sawdust off my hands. I collect it neatly into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Oh, I love what I do. So, I can go ahead and begin inspecting the right lens. I'm going to turn the axis wheel back to 14. Put the lens in over the black dot that is there. Let me darken that black dot. Again, if you missed any of that, let me recap. And read the power. And I am getting, let me find my flashlight. Come here, flashlight. I'm getting minus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. And the red minus number is not the black positive, but the red minus. You are nearsighted. With your glasses off, everything is large, so your lenses will minify. That's why there's a minus sign. It's the opposite of magnify. It minifies 2 steps. Everything in the optical world is in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. So you have 2 steps of far-sighted correction. Now, once everything is the correct size, you have a full 2.75 diopters of astigmatism correction, almost 3. I like to call that crazy stigs. Anyone who has it over 2 diopters has crazy stigs. I don't know what that means. That's just a medical term. So you have 0.50 steps this way, 90 degrees away, you have a steeper 2.75 diopters, and the 14 is how we line up those 2 curves to make everything nice and crisp. So uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So it's just a fine-tune knob. So we're going to check that second curvature, and we end up at minus 3 1/4, passing 3, going towards 4. How do we get there? Remember high school math? Don't worry, nobody does. Let's use today's terms. You let somebody borrow 50 cents, and then they ask you for another $2.75. They would owe you $3.25. That's where at $3.25 in the red. Now your left, a little bit opposite. You have 2.5 diopters of far-sighted correction, but less astigmatism correction than your right eye. Spherical component, whether how much magnification or minification that you need, the astigmatism correction for the right and the left, and then the axis wheel. Now, these first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180, which is a straight line: 0, 90, 180, 270 for those of you keeping score at home or below the equator. So for the right eye, we turn the fine-tune knob to 14. For the left eye, we turn it all the way to 172. And you would think 14 and 172 would be far apart. It's not. For the right eye, again, 0 and 180 are the same number. So you're 14 degrees away from the 180. You're 8 degrees away from the 180. So let me dry everything off so it's not slippery. And again, use my thumbnail to get all the optical sawdust off of the lens. I love this. This is like when you clean the lint trap in the dryer and it all comes off in one piece. And again, I collect it neatly into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Kids, I went to school to learn how to make a mess. Kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess at work, you gotta stay in school. So, all right, so I have the side I'm working on closest to me. I'm not trying to push the lens in on the far side. Feet at shoulder's distance, elbows touching my sides, arms bent at a right angle. Tuck it in at the outside corner first, push down at the nose, it snaps right in. Take this block off, pull the sticker away, use my hand-approved drying method, throw that in there. Add to my sticker collection. You think I've made a few pairs of glasses in my lifetime? Look at that. That is my sense of accomplishment. I know it's crazy, and I choose to keep these out of the landfill. Some people look at their bank accounts to measure their level of success. This is what I measure. I get 2 of these for every person that I've helped. And my first 11 months that I went out on my own, this was my pile. I have since moved here to my new location. I decided to start a new pile. I had to put this against it because it was pulling paint off the wall. But this is my collection since I have moved to this spot. And one day I'm going to raffle this off to some lucky winner, and they can do whatever they want with it as long as it stays out of the landfill. So we're going to come down here to the lensometer, turn the axis wheel, the fine-tune knob to 172, put the lens in. Oh, there is no black dot. So I'll make a new one. Put it in, find the optical center, Check the power. I'm getting minus 250, exactly between 2 and 3. Minus 250. Now if all goes well, it will end up at minus 375 because he has an additional 1.25 steps of astigmatism correction. Where's my flashlight? Look at that, minus 3.75, 1 tick mark away from 4. Man, the kid is good. Oh, I got to put a new dot on there. So the last few steps, this is what's called final inspection. I have to make sure that the glasses are made exactly as the doctor prescribed. Darken that dot. Now, the pupillary distance, 31.5 for the right eye, 31 for the left, for a total of 90. No, wait, I mathed wrong again. 62.5. Optical center of 23. So the horizontal measurement is 62.5. Let me turn the card around so you can see. Place the PD stick against my thumb. And when we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 62.5. And not to the bottom of the lens, but remember the lens goes halfway into the frame. Optical center height of 23. We're at 23. Man, the kid is good. I must have stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. 23 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Now this is the point in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned that all prices that I'll be mentioning are tax-free with free shipping anywhere in the US. But the last step is to get the frame in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, when I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. All right, again, let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to flip this over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each lens to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. That neither temple is askew. Now that's it. Now the one thing I'd like to do at this point is show you all the different colors and sizes this frame comes with. All frames come with the Mexico Eyewear hard shell case. All frames come with the cleaning cloth that of course you know is the flag. And I do all the colors of the flag here, so make more mess. So this frame is the Viva Mexico. I will show you more frames in a moment, but let's start with this one. Essentially it comes in 2 colors and 3 sizes. It comes in Rojo and Verde. I'm still learning my Spanish. And let me back up and say the reason why I started doing this, I'm not a musician, but I woke up one day and realized I'm just a cover band. I'm putting lenses in other people's songs. Ralph Lauren Polo, Harley Davidson, BMW, Ray-Ban, Oakley, Cazal, Ray-Bans, Versace, and I realized I want to write my own songs. So I came out with Christian Eyewear, and you can go to christianeyewear.com to see my frames. But a friend of mine, my best friend, who went to his cousin's wedding in San Antonio, Texas, met a girl from Monterrey, Mexico, fell in love, and actually moved to San Antonio. But he said, man, if you can do Christian Eyewear, can you do the colors of the Mexican flag on a frame? So I said, let me see what I can do. So that's what I did, the colors of the flag. You have the red, the white, the Rojo, Blanca, and Verde. I'm learning. I've just got the Rosetta Stone, so I'm starting. And I did just the opposite of this. This is a sheet of plastic. If you have red on top, green on the bottom, you run it through the machine, they cut it this way. If you flip it over, you have the green on the outside, white will always be in the middle, and then red on the inside. This is known as color green, this is known as color red. You can get it with clear lenses. All of these are at $149 complete with 1 pair of prescription lenses. This person got the frame with my house anti-glare, which adds 44 for a total of $193. Again, $149 for any frame and single vision lens. I can do a line style bifocal for $199. That's the kind our grandparents wore. And then I have the invisible bifocal like Eyewear, and that's at $249 complete frame and lenses. Of course, that's a different frame entirely. But it comes in 3 sizes, 52, 55, and 58. What I did is I love the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer. I wore these for years. So I sent one of these to my manufacturer and said, duplicate it. Take the shields off the front. Don't put Ray-Ban on the side. Just do my colors. And the one more thing I did do is these come with a 3-barrel hinge. When I say 3-barrel, this is known as the temple. The temple itself has 2 barrels. The frame front has 1. You put the screw in, and that's a 3-barrel hinge. I wanted to modify and make it even better. I have a 7-barrel hinge, which means there's 4 on the temple. There's 3 on the frame front. When you put the screw in there, this thing is built like a tank. This is the strongest hinge that you can put on a pair of glasses. So, how do you know what they're going to look like and feel like? Go into any store in this country, try on the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer in either 52, 55, or 58, and that way you'll know. Now, these come as sunglasses, but you can still try them on and look and see. The green you can get with a red mirrored lens. You get a gray polarized lens with a red mirror on the front. Again, these are all $149 with non-prescription. You can get the red frame with the green mirrored lens for $149 as non-prescription polarized gray with a mirror coating. Same for these sizes. So you can get these non-prescription with that, or for $149, or $149 with the prescription or non-prescription lenses. I have people who want to wear these just as clear lenses to represent the colors. Now that's the Viva Mexico. I also have all of these, which most of these are at $149 also. I have the classic Wayfarer shape, but I have the flag of Mexico on the side, and it says Mexico on the side, and you have a choice. Let me see here. Here's an example. You can get it with all white print, or you can get it in the 3 colors of the flag, and they'll be on Mexico Eyewear too. This is model number 7015-1. The 1 means 1 color. There's the 705-3, which means the 3 colors, saying Mexico on the side. Again, this is a clear pair. The oldest trick is putting sunglass lenses. I have polarized gray lenses in here, polarized green. I also have a frame that's very close to the Ray-Ban 5228, and it's a 53 eye size. Again, you've got the flag, you've got the Mexico in white. This is in the black and red color. You have the cafe, and cafe still has the white, and then the classic black. And on this one, again, you can get it with all white letters or the 3 letters of the Mexican flag. They're all going to have the flag of Mexico on the side. This one has a great spring hinge. Now these last 2, again, these are $149. This frame is $179. It comes with a polarized magnetic clip-on. This snaps right onto the frame. You can see the magnets, and you have another magnet embedded into the frame, and they marry like that. Same thing, the flag on the side, and however you want. This is model number PTC 104-3 because of the 3 colors. And then same as this one, you can get it in the Tortuga, the classic Tortoise. This is the larger 56 eye size, so if you have a larger than average head, or you like a larger frame, you can go with these. And then we have the classic known as P3 shape. Almost round, it follows the contour of your eyebrows. This too has a magnetic clip-on, flag on the side saying Mexico. And then we have the crystal pair. I've got the 3 colors there. And again, the magnetic clip-on. And for anyone who wants it, I can give you an extra clip for $25, because you can clip, if you have more than 1 vehicle, keep the clip in the vehicle. That way when you get in the car, snap that on. Keep a second clip in another car. That way you've always got polarized sunglasses no matter what car you're in. If you have a work vehicle, keep 1 clip there. Keep 1 in your own car. It's only $25 for an extra clip. And so all the clear lenses are $149. The frames that come with the magnetic clip-on are $179. So again, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can go to the MexicoEyewear.com website, click the Contact Us page. You can email us directly at MexicoEyewear@gmail.com. Same for our Facebook page. Our Instagram page is Mexico_Eyewear. Twitter's Mexico Eyewear. You can also call us at 919-452-5406. I have a bilingual person who can answer the phone and answer any question that you may have. If you want to text in English only, I answer the text messages. My web developer / apprentice answers the phone calls. So, if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our channel. Not only that, share this video with friends on any social media sites that you have. Well, after you subscribe to our channel, click the bell icon so you'll get notified every time there's a new frame and lens combinations as they become available. And I'll have a link in the description below as well as at the end of this video for anyone who wants to click on the link to go directly to the website. But again, thank you to the very humble and wonderful person who jumped at the chance to represent this brand, and he's going to be my brand ambassador on all of his social networks, the social media sites that he uses. So again, click on the video above. And again, this is for people who love Mexico, and hopefully now you've seen how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.